Hi, everybody. I hope you're well. Today, we're going to be just going over introducing what you're going to do this week in order to kind of wrap up the school year and be ready for next school year. The first thing you're going to need to do is go to Economic Justice, that page on my Power School Learning page. When you get there, you're going to see a template here, as well as, of course, some other videos on the right side. But really, the most important thing is clicking on number one. It basically talks about you're going to work on this particular slideshow. So when you open up the slideshow, you're going to find this slideshow that comes up, T2, Then and Now. And the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to make a copy of this slideshow so that you can create your own. And when you make a copy, it is pretty important that you name it, do the entire presentation, and I want you to name it with your name. So I'm just going to use I am student here as the example, and then keep the T2 and then click OK. So this is going to be your slideshow now, and the reason why that's so important is because you're going to manipulate the slideshow, and I don't want you changing. In fact, you can't change the template. I want you to create your own in order to change it. And the other thing you need to do is you need to go here and you need to share your slideshow with me. I know you. Okay, so the next thing is then just simply read the directions. And what they're going to tell you to do is the first thing you're going to do is you're going to watch all of these videos on this page. And the easiest way to do that is really put it into presentation mode. And once it's in the presentation mode, you literally can kind of click your way around. But I want you to spend the first part of the class today watching all of these videos. Again, there's approximately 14 of them. And so again, what this is a kind of a montage to capitalism today. We've learned a lot about capitalism. We looked at the inequality video, and I mentioned something about the idea that we're going to be sort of exploring the roots of modern capitalism today, and that's kind of what we're doing. But the first thing you need to know is kind of what the situation is today. So there's videos here on Steve Jobs, on investigating various work conditions in Qatar, and a few other things here that are really quite good. You have watched all of the videos. And then the next step, after you've watched all these videos, is to start looking at the time of industrialization, roughly from 1840 until about 1920. You're going to see a collage of videos that really highlights the different elements of capitalism and industrialization. And so the first one you're going to watch is on the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory fire. You're going to watch this video, and literally you can click on the link there and it'll start to play. You can get it larger, watch the whole thing. It's about 5 minutes long. Then the next step is you're going to want to read the description, and that's there for you, so I'm not going to read it for you. And then the next step is going to be to try to go and find the video that matches. Because you and I are just getting started, I'm going to give you a little bit of a hint here. It's this video right here. And so you're going to be asked to watch that video. In fact, in just a minute, I'm going to have you watch both of those two videos. And then their next step is going to be to write a description down here. Okay, so what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you pause the video. It's going to take you probably 10 minutes to watch the videos, and then you're going to, upon finishing this video, you're going to want to copy it and paste it into this spot here and write a description. So I'm going to show you this first step is literally copy and paste. Goes right in here in that little box, make it the right size, and then fill in the description here. Give it a title, fill the description in. I'm going to give you a few minutes to do that, and then we're going to, I'll have you go back and continue watching the video. Thank you. Okay, hopefully you've been able to create what I created here. I'm zooming in so you can see it a little bit clearer. So as you can see, we're talking about the garment workers then and garment workers now. You have watched the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory fire and have watched the situation in Bangladesh for women in the garment industry. And as you can see, if you read the description, you can see the description I wrote here, it matches and parallels these two events pretty closely. So what I wrote here was Bangladesh women make clothes for Walmart, because that's one of the companies that it appears they are making clothing for. Much like the women in the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory, Workers in Bangladesh face unsafe working conditions, abuse, and child labor. Unfortunately, due to the poor economy of Bangladesh, many workers fear losing their jobs if they speak out. And so that's kind of captures the similar, again, one of the things, how much should they get? Kind of what they're getting from capitalism during industrialization. Remember, what you're trying to do here is you're trying to understand the various components that capitalism and industrialization brings to the U.S. Okay, and that's kind of one of our big objectives here is try to understand what they are and how the modern connection works. And so you're going to go on. You're going to learn about innovators. You're going to learn about monopolists. You're going to learn about inventors. And the list is going to go on, philanthropists and so on and so forth. A couple of times, and I want you to pay close attention to this, you're going to see these words in green. And those words in green are vocabulary words, and I'd like to see you use those when you look at the modern connection. Again, for all of these videos along the side, you're going to find a match here in this list, okay? So for the first day today, you're going to watch all those videos and you're going to make that connection. Then on the second day, if you guys happen to, it may take both class periods for you to get all these in, and if you do, that's fine. If not, you're going to find this big list of vocabulary words. And what I'm going to ask you to do, a lot of these vocabulary words you'll have either come across as part of our simulations on capitalism and communism, or you'll have come across doing this activity. I want you to write in your own words what you think these vocabulary words mean. Now, a couple of them you probably won't have come across, like boycott or blacklist. And if you happen to come across those, not a problem. I want you to go to TCI. And on TCI, you're going to find these words in chapters 13 and 14 when you look at the rise of industry and labor's response to industrialization, okay? Again, with boycott, blacklist, you might find that. You might find that in Gilded Age too. But I have a feeling you're going to know the majority of these words, and you can just write in their definitions. Don't worry about getting it wrong. We're going to go over all of this when we get back in January. Also, don't worry if you don't get it all done. If you don't get it all done, it's not a problem. We will pick this up and finish it back in January. Thanks so much. I hope you guys have a great holiday, and I'll look forward to seeing you at the start of 2021. Thank you. Bye.